Lads, this is some seriously deep stuff. If you could have one video for the rest of your life to guide you through your entire existence and become successful, it would be this video. This is deep. This is really, really deep. This actually came up by accident on one of my CEO business coaching calls this morning, and I went down a rabbit hole with the lads for 20, 30 minutes talking about a few of the stuff. But I was like, you know what? This needs to be a video on YouTube. This is seriously impactful stuff when you understand it and when you apply. Guys, if you want to be successful, you want to escape negative thoughts, you just want to be in complete flow state and every single thing you want to achieve just happens, you need to watch this. All right. This has actually stemmed, and I've kind of extracted the best bits and my own take on a great book from a great author called Napoleon Hill, who wrote a book called Outwitting the Devil, which was just such a great book. And this book was written over 100 years ago. And the fact that this was being spoken about back then, I just find absolutely crazy. But guys, let's get straight into this. If you are stuck, not where you want to be in life, you know there is more to you, but you just can't seem to get ahead, be very intentional watching this video. Make notes, watch it from start to finish, maybe even watch it again, and apply every single thing I'm going to walk you through, step by step, and you cannot fail. All you have to do to succeed in life is beat your inner devil. And I'm going to give you exact strategies. It doesn't matter whether you are just stuck in your 9 to 5 and you were trying to escape, or whether you're already out of your 9 to 5, but you just want to be more successful and get through life to the highest level. This is exactly what I use. And this is what I still use on a daily basis today, and will never stop being critically aware of, lads. So let's get stuck into this, because this is serious level stuff. So there's two types of people. First thing you need to know, there's two types of people. We've got type 1, which is a drifter. First thing we're going to do in this video, guys, is I just want you to identify which sort of person you identify with the most. It might be 50-50, it might be one, it might be the other. We need to know. So the first one, we got a drifter. Now the traits of a drifter are you are easily influenced. You avoid self-discipline when you can. You are prone to negativity. So you get into like a low frequency state sometimes, and whatever happens, you just kind of see the pessimistic side to it. Constantly distracted. You go try and do a work block and start this side hustle, but whatever happens, you are just drawn away from it. You blame others. You blame the government for your lack of success and the policies they've got in place. You blame your environment and your upbringing. You blame your parents. You blame your network and your circle of friends. The reality of a drifter's life, stagnation, not moving. Okay, guys, you can become a drifter even doing 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 50 grand a month. I promise you, the devil always wants to catch you off guard. So don't think this is just someone who's just like stuck at the bottom level. This can be any level, guys. You're stuck. If you are stuck, you are stagnating, and you are most likely falling into habits of a drifter. You're feeling unfulfilled. You fall into that victim mentality, the blame. You're not taking accountability and responsibility for your actions and your own level of success. Financial and emotional struggles. You get stressed at the bank account. You get stressed when things happen. Your partner says something. Your mate said something. You're emotionally not stable. You lack long-term satisfaction. Now, feelings common to drifters, we're going to go deeper down all of this shortly, guys. Emptiness, you feel discontent, fear and anxiety, key things. You fear and you are anxious from time to time. You have resent in people around you, or you may envy people who are more successful than you. Regret and self-doubt. You doubt your capabilities. You doubt what you think is possible for yourself. Now, type 2 is a definitive person. Clear purpose and goals. Know exactly where they want to be, crystal clear. Self-disciplined, independent thinker, first principle thinker. They don't just look at, oh, everybody around me is doing this, so I need to do this. They think, everybody's doing that, but surely this way might be better. And they challenge the world. Very logic, very realism, very science-based people. They're positive, they're optimistic. They could drop 8 plates on the floor right now after cooking a meal. And then they go, oh, well, at least we've got no plates to wash up, guys. They always see the positive in everything. Even on the biggest scale. They see the positive when others make the most negative comments about the smallest things which won't even affect their life. Proactive, extremely intentional. Every single thing they do is intentional. They are plotting their way through life. There isn't a second of the day which isn't deliberate. They never get lost scrolling on TikTok. Every single time they open up an app, every single time they walk in a room, every single time they do something, it was with an intention for cause and effect. They want an effect from a specific cause. Proactive. They don't wait around for results. They go after them. Lifelong learner, always investing in themselves. Doesn't matter what level they are, whether they're making $2,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month. They are committed to a lifelong learning. By that, what I mean is they're reading books, they're curious, they're in conversations with people, and they're actually a listener. They're not just a speaker on their own life, they're a listener. They're investing in coaches and mentors all the time. They're getting around high performers. They're intrigued. They're curious. They're resilient and persistent. So no matter what happens that day, they are still persistent. No little setback will deter them from their purpose. They are just bulletproof. The reality of a definitive person's life is they're going to be making progress all the time. They're going to be achieving a lot of great things that everybody else seems to scratch their head at. They have a mass sense of control in their life. They know that they're completely accountable for everything, and they just know everything they do is going to cause a certain output, and they just know everything's just a certainty. So much control of life. If I do this, I know I'm getting this. There's no doubt. They've got inner peace and contentment due to this. Healthy relationships. They are very secure in themselves. They're a very strong individual, strong in their own company, and therefore, when they're in a relationship, they're not dependent. They don't need friends, they don't need family around, they don't need their partner around. They're just purpose-driven savages. And that's the best way you need to be if you want to be in a relationship. And feelings that they're going to relate with. Confident, high self-belief, massively fulfilled. Fulfillment comes from following your purpose, becoming the best version of yourself and giving back. So that's a key part of a definitive person. This is the target person, guys. Massively grateful, even without the intention necessarily to be grateful. They're just grateful. Excitement and motivation and freedom from fear. Now, what I want you to do is identify which one you are. You might just think, you know what, Tom, I am just a definitive person all around. Or I am a drifter. Fuck, I do lack a little bit of purpose. I am easily influenced a little bit. I sometimes do lack discipline, or I do get negative thoughts. And it's fine. It doesn't mean you're a good person or a bad person. Every drifter can become a definitive person. And guys, also every definitive person can become a drifter. Because the devil side of your mind, whatever you believe in, if there is a real devil, whatever you think, I'm not going to force any beliefs upon you. But there is definitely a side that wants to move you. Okay? And they're going to play tricks on you. Right? To pull you away from that purpose. Whether it's the devil himself, whether it's society, the governments, you can think whatever you want, guys, but there is a definite pull that always wants to pull you into the drifter. The world wants you to be a drifter, okay? And the drifter lets life happen to them. The definitive person takes control of life and controls life and just walks through life, and everyone is like, how are you doing that? Now, like I said, it doesn't matter which one you are. You need to be crystal clear on exactly how the devil can control your mind. So we're going to run through them, all right? These are the traps that the devil lays out. These are the traps that Napoleon Hill talks about in his wisdom on how the devil tries to pull you back from being that individual first principle thinker who just doesn't follow society norms, achieves big things, achieves all the success that they can. So plugging in the fear of failure. Fear is a huge way the devil controls your mind. Fear of criticism. Think how many times you might not, if you're a business owner, let's say you've got a coaching business like myself, think how many times as a coach you may have not posted something on your social media or tried to grow your personal brand for your career because you had a fear of being criticized by other people. That is the devil's work in your mind, pulling you away from the correct actions that will absolutely blow up your life, right? Now, this is what I say. It might not be textbook, guys, but this is how I say, and I tell my clients, this is how you manage the fucking devil, right? You tell it to fuck off and you get internally extremely competitive with it, right? I think every man needs a very strong competition in their life, and it doesn't matter who you pick it with. It doesn't matter if you've got a brother and you both a pair of savages and you want to go after it and achieve the biggest thing, or it doesn't matter if you pick a competition with the devil. It doesn't matter if you pick a competition with the government, whether they know it or not. It doesn't matter. You need to be internally competitive. You need to have somebody to beat, in my opinion, in order to show up. And one thing I'm very conscious of every day is these thoughts, these traps that the devil slips into your mind, I'm in competition with. So if I'm about to post something and I think, oh, might get criticized for this, a little half a second thought maybe, at any level you might get this, even with where I am now, I'm like, fuck you. I'm in competition. I'm not being beaten. And post it. That's just one example, guys. Fear of poverty. A huge fear that is plugged in society's minds. Procrastination. The devil trying to pull you away from taking the action that's going to give you the life that you could be living. Comfort and laziness. Indecision. Think how many times you've not made a decision to invest in yourself, to go all in, to actually follow your dream career path, to actually build your physique and get shredded, and you've put it off because you thought the tooth fairy was going to come and to gift it to you. That's the devil's side, holding you back from what you could already have, but you don't have. Negative environments. Trying to get people around you to extract energy from you, to plug doubt into you, to plug fear of failure into you. How I see it is if I am walking around day to day and somebody bumps into me and they're like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure you should be doing that? Oh. This is the devil's work of putting people in front of you to test how strong you are. Most people, unfortunately, I remember this very, very vividly back in the day. When I said to everyone around me, I'm quitting my 9 to 5 and going all in. I'm going to become my best self. I'm going to build a business. I'm going to move to Dubai. Everyone was like, you're insane. Talking to me about fear of failure. There's no money in that. They didn't understand the fucking world. Right? Little do they know now I've earned fucking 20 grand in a day before. And that's fucking nothing. I have enough humility to say that that's nothing, because there are people in the world earning hundreds of thousands in a day. Why? Because they have emitted that much value. You only earn money when you give value out. Right? Money, you've got to remove all these society programmings around what people say money is. It's all bullshit. All these fears, all these concepts, all these perceptions, it's all bullshit. But the devil's work will put people in front of you to plug in fear of criticism, to plug in fear of failure, to plug in self-doubt. And you've got to be strong enough to have that internal competition to be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Better stop swearing. Too many people in my comments like, you say fucking too much. I'm like, yeah, man, it's just me being me. Addictive habits and vices. How many times has the vape got in your way, boys? How many times has the booze got in your way, boys? How many times has the Domino's pizza got in your way? How many times has for all I care, a vice, guys, is going and fucking the blonde chick around the corner who you don't want to fucking wife up, and you're just going around just for a bit of fucking validation. That's a vice. Anything you feel any resent or regret afterwards is a vice. If it's not moving you to your end goal, it's a vice. Okay, you need to fast forever from anything that's not completely aligned with your goals. We're going to go deeper on this very shortly, guys. Unhealthy habits and lack of discipline. Unhealthy habits might be staying up late. It pisses me off these days when I see even clients and I see them up. I'm up at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, posting my morning press ups on my story, and I know they're still up from the night before and they've been out. I'm like, guys, get to fucking bed. It's an unhealthy habit. It's a lack of discipline. We soon craft all of that out of them, and they become fucking savages if I do see that, though. Aimless living, lack of purpose, just existing, just walking through fucking life. Negative self-talk, self-doubt. This is huge. Focus on short-term pleasure over long-term growth. There's too many things on planet Earth these days that the devil has put in front of you, which is so easy to go grab, whether it's just opening your phone to scroll TikTok, or whether it's opening the cupboard and there's certain stuff in there that you want to eat. Guys, even to get a little bit more technical for any of you guys who have got a business, even just throwing in ideas of all these hundreds of ways you can make money. I see this all the time, and you'll see people in the, like, if you want to make money, if you want to be good, guys, you've got to just get fucking elite and make a good business and stay in the game for a long period of time and build great impact. But a lot of people see all this short-term pleasure. Oh, crypto's pumping. Run to fucking crypto. Then they see something else. Oh, run over there. Short-term pleasure. It's just a lack of discipline in the mindset to stay in your game and go all in. Lack of education and self-development. People stopping investing in coaches. People stopping investing in courses and new education. People not watching high-value YouTube videos, reading books. People not getting in rooms like masterminds and learning from people who are walking the walk. Okay, thinking you've won before you've won. These are devil's traps. Isolation, lack of accountability. So being in a situation where you are learning, you are held accountable and pulling you out. I did this, guys. I remember one of my first coaches. I had a coach and I had a blueprint. I was running with it. And then I was like, oh, kind of got it now. I'm going to go try it. As soon as you lose that connection and that accountability and that community of guys, it slips away from you and it's like an invisible killer. You have to be in a circle of guys on the same mission as you. Conformity, following the crowd. One of the biggest mistakes I see. Everyone else is doing that, so I'm going to do that too. Guys, we got to remember, everybody else is fucking failing. Everybody else is the 99%, the fucking loser. My motto for life is look at what every other fucker does and run in the complete opposite direction. These are devil's traps. Indifference and apathy. Distrust in themselves and their capabilities. Self-doubt in what they can actually do. In who they can become, in what they can achieve. Dependency on external approval. See this all the time. People coming away from their cause to seek validation. Overloading with low-value tasks in business. Another big killer, guys, for any of you who are in that hustle culture. You've got to work hard, but you've got to work smart, guys. It's not you work smart and it's not you work hard, but definitely don't just work hard. You need to be working on the high leverage stuff. The amount of coaches, guys, I've been in the coaching space 4 years now. And we turn over a lot of money. And I also get a lot of inquiries, business coaching clients who come to me who have been coaches for 10 years, 15 years, or even who have been in it 2 years. But like, I've seen no progress in that whole time. I'm earning 1, 2, 3 grand a month. I'm like, what the fuck have you been doing? It's like, oh, I'm busy. I'm like, yeah, busy with the wrong stuff. All right. Don't see busyness. Busyness gets nobody anywhere. Okay. It's about understanding leverage, understanding the exact things that move the needle forward and get you results. Nobody has more time than anybody else, guys. So these are the devil's traps. I would write all of these down on your phone or get a notepad out while watching this video. You can go back and you need to look out for these traps and wherever they come up, and you need to avoid these. Okay. Now, here's the actionables to escape the devil. All right. 5 things that you need to do. You need to develop a clear purpose. All right. The biggest way to get away from the devil and actually succeed in life is having a clear purpose, being a definitive person. So understand your why, right? If we pull it back to the roots of all men right now, just to keep it very biological, the purpose of men is to reproduce. The purpose of humans is to reproduce, right? We want to become the best man with the most value and the most resources to be the most attractive man on the planet to women. Because what attracts women, guys? Physique, physical appearance, resources that can show that they can provide for their offspring and the woman, and competence, ability. So back in the day when you come back and you drag in the 5 dead bulls behind you, the woman's like, he's a competent man. And also he's got resources. Okay, so understand the level of competence and the sort of guy you need to be and why you need to do that and how it's going to impact the rest of your life. Also within your purpose, the exact specifics on who you want to impact. Okay, I know my audience on who I want to impact. It frustrates me so much where even if there was no money or business involved, I would still be here today making these videos because I care so much. Understand your why. Pick something. If you are going into a business, especially a coaching business, pick a business where you care so fucking much, you want to help people regardless. Set a crystal clear North Star goal. Get very clear on how you're going to look, how you're going to operate, what your mannerisms are going to be like, how you're going to communicate, what your business is going to look like, what your house is going to look like, what your car is going to look like, what your dress sense is going to look like, what your partner is going to look like, what your network is going to be looking like. Visualize it all, see it, feel it, smell it, taste it, whatever you need to do. Visualize it daily. This is one of, you'll have heard guys like, oh, go to the supercar garage and sit in the car, and the law of attraction, right? You have to feel it. This is one of the things I'm most blessed for, guys, because when I was younger, I won a big golf competition. I used to golf when I was a kid, and I got the opportunity to go to the European Junior Tour, Nationals. And I went out and I played on a course which was like a 250,000 euro membership fee for people that wanted to join. Obviously, I was there playing it for free. And I got to this course and I was blown away. I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Like Ferraris everywhere, Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces. There was a watch in there for €1 million. And I'm like, this is absolutely crazy that this exists. But even though I didn't have money, I had an opportunity to feel it. But what's even better, guys, is you can do this through social media. You can look at high performers who, like if I could have watched my life 4 years ago, oh my God, like I would have lived it. And I'm not saying I've got the best life, but it's definitely somewhere I want it to be. Social media is now a tool to understand how these higher performers think. It doesn't mean they're better than you, they're just further chapters in. And you want to understand how they operate, how they live, get a feeling for it. And the more you feel how they're living, the easier it is to acquire it once you felt it. Like I said, it's law of attraction. So visualize it daily, visualize you doing it daily. And the next thing we need to talk about is daily non-negotiable growth habits. Not just habits because we want to say, oh, let's do some daily habits, but actual growth habits that actually move you forward every single day on the highest levers. So the highest levers, guys, are going to be yourself, your body, your mind, because you are the vehicle that has to take you through this lifetime. Most people are scratching their head at why they're failing. I'm like, look at you, bro. Look at you. Like, this is going to get you butthurt. It's going to be like me shoving my fucking thumb up your asshole. But wake the fuck up. Just look at you. Look at how you look. Look at how you operate. It's not the guy that would have all the shit. Stop focusing on how to achieve the shit. Focus on becoming the guy. Build the physique. Hit your fucking macros. Train hard. Do hard things every day. Optimize your brain for discipline, for pain tolerance. Skill sets. Read books. Get around mentors. Your habits have to be for growth. And if you're working, don't just say 1 hour work. Actual levers. What tasks? All of my CEO clients don't just have, oh, that's how much work to do, guys, and you'll go succeed. Will they fuck? They've got specific things. Just like my VIP physique clients. These are the specific numbers you need to be doing, guys. Actual leverageable stuff. And what they also do, guys, which is arguably the most important, they're optimized to sustain a high frequency. You are only going to be successful if you're on this frequency. There's always two. There's a version of you on a low frequency and a version of you on a high frequency. And unfortunately, guys, you're always going to jump between the two, but you want to optimize and be self-aware enough to get on that high frequency and stay on there as much as humanly possible. All right. Your habits will keep you there. And when you're on the high frequency, it's like the highway to heaven. If you're on the low frequency, it's the highway to hell. These are the tricks the devil's playing on you. So you've got to make sure you use these actionables to get off the clear purpose, the non-negotiable growth habits. The next thing, guys, actually ties in to habits, which is continuous self-improvement. One of the habits I would have is 30 minutes a day reading and 30 minutes a day actually watching or studying a high performer. Learning daily. Join communities, join coaching programs, join courses, join masterminds. It's 2024. It's never been easier. If you're failing right now, it's all your fault because it's all in front of you. It's just a priority of your resources. It's a priority of where your time's going, a priority of where your money's going, a priority of where your energy's going. And it's because the devil's playing on you. Take control. Fuck you to the devil. Go get it, guys. Whatever you want to say fuck you to, whether it's the government, the devil, get competitive. Wake the fuck up, guys. Improve your perspective on the world as well. This is huge. All right? Don't be negative. You've got to be so positive. So positive. You got to inspire yourself daily. So what I would do, a little task I've written down for you guys to do here, is every day, at the end of every day, do your best, worst, new perspective. So what's the best thing that happened today? Actually get clear on what actually went well today. Yeah, I said I was going to do a 3-hour deep work block, and I did, and I smashed my macro today, and I did a really hard training session today. The worst thing was I got a flat tire. My new perspective on that is at least I'm going to have a new tire. What's great about it is it trains you over time after doing this day after day. It trains you how to, like, everything that could possibly happen on the planet, you can see a positive side to, and that keeps you on the high frequency, guys. Escaping the devil is all about being able to stay there. Most people would get the flat tire and spiral down. And then the next day they're like, oh, the world's against me. Oh my God, yeah, I'm just going to miss my macros. I'm not going to go to the gym. Yeah, it's just, the world's tough, man. Shut the fuck up, you fucking loser. Get back on the high frequency, right? Awareness around failures. So, guys, practice does not make perfect. I'm fucking fed up with people that say this. Practice does not make perfect. There's people that have practiced fucking living for 50 years and are fucking idiots. You can see it around you. Just walk around. Practice is not going to make you perfect. Self-awareness is. So take as much action as you can. Take the biggest risks you can. Take the boldest moves you can. And if anything isn't performing, be very self-aware and start to understand pattern recognition, guys. It's really important. You understand, okay, this happened. This was an output. What could I have changed? Imagine, guys, for any of you that might be building your personal brand, for example, you post a piece of content on Instagram, a reel, and it gets no views. Well, don't just go post the same thing again and expect a different outcome. That's insanity. Just like if you wanted to build your physique and you've done something for 2 years, or you tried to build your business for 2 years and you've not got the results. It's insanity. It's not about doing more reps. It's about being aware and thinking, okay, this hasn't worked. What could I do now to make that not happen, change it, and never let it happen again? Gratitude, right? So what's so strange is at the very start of my journey, guys, I would always be wanting more and more and more. And the more I've come through my journey and got on a high frequency, I actually need less in life. Like, I'm so happy just chilling, even though I can do literally anything I want now. I'm just so happy just chilling, working on my laptop all day. It's the simplest things now. But why? Because I'm an internally grateful person for who I am, what I do, and the opportunity. Guys, your gratitude reflects your work ethic. So if you're not up in the morning hustling when those hours exist in the day, if you're not using information out there in the world that is out there, information you don't know because you've been too ignorant to go and find it, to invest in the programs, to read the books, it shows a lack of gratitude, and you are choosing the life, you're choosing the outputs you've got. I'm on your team, guys, but you've got to start operating on a higher level. Affirmations aligned to your purpose. So speak to yourself daily, positive stuff. And the next thing, guys, on perspective is look at pain differently. Look for it. Don't try and hide from uncomfort and pain. Look for it. Because the association we need with pain is, oh, if I do that painful thing, I'm going to be better. If I do that boxing and get smashed in the face, I'm going to be an absolute savage. And that savageness is going to bleed into all areas of life. Too many people are just using the devil's mindset and optimizing for comfort and weak and soft. If you look in the mirror right now and you think, yeah, I'm very killable as a man, you need to sort it the fuck out. Because pull everything back, guys, to just a few hundred years ago. It was just a battle. Like, if you are a weak man, just because it's now 2024, it doesn't mean that it's fine. It will show up in your level of success. You have to be a very strong, competent man. Look for pain like we used to do. Think of human nature. We're just an animal. The most competent always win. Do you look competent? Well, that's a choice, right? Let's sort it out, bro. Yeah? I was literally a failure until I went all in on me. right? And it's not something I'm thinking I've won at. I'm here. The more you know, the less you realize you know. Guard against negative influence. This is also really important. Distance yourself from anyone or anything that drains your energy. Any conversation that someone starts, they start gossiping. Be self-aware enough to know this is draining my energy. This is plugging fear in my mind. This is plugging doubt. When you're going through your day, at the end of each day, and you're looking at those traps, and you're thinking, did I feel any of that today? Try and understand what action you may have done that made you think that. I doubted myself today, but I missed my workout this morning. Okay, never fucking miss the workout again. I don't think I can achieve that goal anymore. Why? I had a conversation with fucking Karen, and Karen said that would be a bad decision. I should go to university. Wake the fuck up, guys, and get extremely aware of what you're doing, all right? Remove all the bullshit. Success is subtraction. And finally, guys, I want to just tell you guys to walk away from this video to just move with intention, move with definites, all right? You need to use the saying that is, again, another one of my mottos for life. It's already done. Someone says, what do you want to achieve? I go, it's already done. It's already fucking done, right? If we were to talk about a movie, let's talk about like Gladiator, the film. The film's already filmed. Now, if you're 3 minutes into the film, it doesn't change that it's already filmed. The end has still happened. So treat your life like that. The end has already happened. The best version of how life could be has already happened if you decide to fucking press play and get the fuck off pause, get the fuck out your low frequency, and actually press play and play your way through intentionally through the whole movie, just how you visualize, right? You've got to come third person on life, guys. You've got to walk around and go about every single second and action in the day like you're playing a video game or you're watching a character in a movie, and you are just moving them around. Every time you pick up the phone, every time you put some food on a plate, it's with intention. Every time you make the call, every time you do something in your career, it's extremely intentional, guys. Don't think that these successful people just slipped into success. Everything is intention and everything's with high frequency. Guys, I hope you found this valuable. I want you to win. I know a lot of you guys will win if you've already made it to here, guys. Be extremely aware on this. Definites only. Your life is already done. You've completed it, guys. You've completed it. You've already done it. But just don't fall into the devil's trap of being ignorant to think that you're going to be gifted it. Time won't fix it. Action will. So manifest the rest of this fucking movie, guys. It's already played out as long as you optimize to be on that high frequency. I'll see you in the next video, guys. A lot of love. Peace.